I wish I knew.
Welcome back to My Husband is My Best Friend.
Holly Robinson Peete speaks about being profiled by her neighbor.
And then, hold on. That was just the second thing. Because I was already in my feelings about Miss Tiffany Lee and the school and the young man with autism, young boy with autism, and how he was, and they're not watching out for our kids. Then I do this endorsement, and this lady going to use my platform to use a personal tragedy of mine to make some crazy point about how Spencer Pratt is better for LA. And that just made me mad. Then I was out cutting my roses. Wait, here's the next one. Then I was out cutting my roses, and I'm standing out in front of my house in my neighborhood, and a nice little lady pulls up. Well, actually, she drove past me really fast in this white Range Rover. That doesn't matter what car she was in, but I've been looking for her in the neighborhood ever since. Drove past me, pulled a U-turn, went back past me again, and then came up and stopped and said, "Do you live here? Do you live here?" I said, "Not profiled in front of my own home in my own neighborhood." And so I just had to get that off my chest. Today, things just kept happening. And so, but what's the moral of the story? The moral of the story is, when people give you this kind of smoke, you just have to breathe. Remember who you are. Don't let it impact your day, and get it off your chest. And that's what I'm doing. So that was a lot, right? That was a lot. Yeah, I probably did live here longer than her. And in all fairness, people,
Be sure to like,
and
share,
hanging in here
and
with the story. I
subscribe.
did look a little toe up. I'm not saying I looked like I was unhoused. I'm just saying that I was wearing, like morning clothes that I'd just been walking my dog. I had some random hat on. I had an old dirty sweats, an old dress. I call it my good dress, the one I just pop on. Some old boots. I did look a little crazy, but that lady, and when I tell y'all, I cussed her out within an inch of her life. I channeled Richard Pryor. I didn't know I could cuss like that. Of course, by the way, she said, I told her she was racist, and she said she had black friends. Because if that is not the pat answer, and I said, well, guess what? Go tell your black friends what you just did to a black woman standing in front of her own house, and see what they say to you. Anyway, let's have a woosah moment. Thank you very much for you should be able to dress how you want. I should be able to dress how I want, but I was toe up. And I was telling my best friend Terry what I wore. I actually took a picture of what I had on. She said, ooh, but no, of course, that's not an excuse. But she really thought that she was going to, and by the way, I was cutting roses. And she said, I didn't know what you were doing. I said, I got rose clippers here and roses here and a rose glove. What you think I was doing? So there are days where people try to test you. And there are days where people try to really ruffle your feathers. And the moral of the story is, when they do that, cuss them out and then relax and go about your day. And I was so mad I didn't have my phone for that, because I just wanted to hear what I sounded like, because I felt like I blacked out. I was so mad I didn't have my phone because, and then I thought it might be on the Ring camera. We were just out of the Ring camera focus. Anyway, thank you. I should have offered her a rose. Yeah, one with a bunch of thorns. Okay, now I'm putting my glasses on. I cussed her out like Richard Pryor. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Cuss them out first, then take a deep breath. That's what I'm saying. It's just a lot of ugliness out there. It's a lot of, I don't care, because I'll lose them. It's a lot of ugliness out there, you guys. People are going to try it. Can I tell you my favorite thing that I said to her? And I didn't even remember it until after I came back in the house and told my family what happened. I said, because she wouldn't leave, because I made her feel bad about herself. So she's like, I'm not racist. I'm not. I'm really not. And I just kept saying, ma'am, yes, you are. Yes, you are. Otherwise, you would not have stopped me. Because there's my neighbor right there cutting her roses and you didn't stop her. Why not? But my favorite thing I said to her, because she wouldn't leave, so I just got a chance to just empty the chamber with everything I had, was leave black alone. Leave us alone. And I did not say it like that. I said it the Richard Pryor way. Leave black alone and let us do what we need to do. Stop trying to stop us. Stop trying to tell us we don't belong. Stop trying to do that. And you know, when you get hit with that, even in my, Holly Robinson Peete-ness, it's just that reminder that still, and it's coming from the top. It has been made very, very clear to so many people that it's okay to talk to people like this and talk to people of color like this and call them out their name and ask them where they live and tell them they don't belong. And it's just so frustrating. Well, I had time today and she heard me. And I've been looking for that car in the neighborhood when I went to walk my dog again later. I didn't see it. She probably didn't even live in this neighborhood. Anyway, can't we all just get along? Yes, Lord, I wish we could. Y'all have been very therapeutic for me. And I don't know why they are so mad at us. I don't know why we're so to them. But at the end of the day, the day gonna end. That's my other favorite thing to say. So thank you guys for listening. And yeah, I was homeless and stayed in a hotel long as in storage. They treated me like crap. Ugh. Yeah, guys, we gotta lean on each other right now, because there is some. And then now I'm taking on other things. But I saw at the Nationals game, y'all know I'm a Dodger fan. I'm always watching baseball. And the baseball game, they had a big old sign, whitereplacement.org or whatever. I was like, what are we doing? I can't even get my little beer cozy in Dodger Stadium. And they got a big, giant January 6th sign in there. Okay. Thank you. I'm going to feel better now. And I appreciate y'all. What else is going on? Is everybody good? Is everything? I know every day we wake up, there's some drama, some stuff going on. But at the end of the day, we need to lean on each other.
Thanks for tuning in to My Husband is My Best Friend.